Deep beneath the realm, a new dungeon called Coomer's Ravine has been found. Beware, in its twisted, dark depths dwell monstrous creatures from hell unlike any you have ever seen. But do not be alarmed, those who face the perils and overcome this dangerous location will be rewarded with epic treasures beyond comparison. Can you get the courage to enter Coomer's Ravine and take your reward? True champions will be put to the test in the dungeon. Players at level 90, enter if you dare, but be ready for a tough fight. This won't be simple. Deep within the dungeon, the monsters stir. Beware, for they are now revealed and ready to unleash their fury upon any who dare to enter.
Monsters, tell me, do you believe in those monsters? I'm talking dreams so big that they'll haunt you, or they'll calm you. That's how you know if you gotta go and get to win and not conquer. I had to go out and get it without a sponsor. Kept it real, never crooked, yeah, that's honor. Now I can go out and get it how I want to. Hashtag blessed, I choose.
Adventure awaits, with 20 thrilling quests that will lead you to the treasure you seek. The challenges ahead will test your skills, but the rewards will be worth it. Embark on an unforgettable journey. This dungeon is the perfect challenge for the brave of heart and mind, as it combines incredible graphics, intense boss fights, and timed quests in an unforgettable way. As you journey through Coomer's Ravine, you will travel through regions such as the Soul of Cinder, the Rising Sea, the Demonic Grounds, and the Ancient Volcano. You'll also face off against custom monsters never before seen in 4 Ancient, as well as jump and runs and rising lava seas. But that's not all. Coomer's Ravine also includes several surprises, such as the Poisonous Hole and the Throne of the Banished One. You'll have to work hard and fast to survive the dungeon and its pun-filled, internet meme-inspired namesake. Moreover, the dungeon is so massive that even the fastest tester could only finish it in 40 minutes. Each monster in the dungeon has a 5% chance to drop a soul's prison, except bosses that have a 50% chance to drop 1 to 5.
Believe in those monsters. I'm talking dreams so big that they'll haunt you, or they'll calm you. That's how you know if you gotta go and get to win and not conquer. I had to go out and get it without a sponsor. Kept it real, never crooked, yeah, that's honor. Now I can go out and get it how I want to. Hashtag blessed, I choose.
The boss Coomers drops 1 to 2 secret treasure of the Banished One.
I'm afraid that's not up to me, 'cause when I hear ya sing through my speakers, it's like my mind takes a hold of me. I've tried shutting you off for some time now, but I'm still hearing your voice in my head. Oh.
Some may have noticed that there is a legendary jewel chest. The legendary jewel chest contains valuable jewels, some of which even have 11 tier stats. However, the probabilities of obtaining them are top secret. The key to the dungeon can be crafted at the NPC 𝗤𝗰𝗵𝗵 hideout of the Wise near the shop NPC 𝗤𝗵𝗲𝗐. The following ingredients are needed to craft the key. Once you obtain a key, you find the entrance portal behind the now open gates in Mirror Holy Land of the Prosperous Blessing, aka 4 Ancient Dock 80 Zone. We won't tell you more about the dungeon. The best way to experience it is to explore it yourself. You might want to check out our guide showcasing the quests and our epic trailer to get started. Good luck! So, what are you waiting for? Gather your allies and venture into Coomer's Ravine, where the rewards are great, but the challenge is even more significant. 4 Ancient's first dungeon of its kind awaits. Say goodbye to real-world trade bans. We've trade embargoed the system. After a thorough review process, we've decided to lift the ban on over 2,000 real-world trading banned accounts, and they are now able to play the game once again. We hope that these players will abide by our terms of service and refrain from engaging in any prohibited activities in the future. Accounts with a permanent trade embargo cannot interact with other players when it comes to giving or sending items or money. All accounts that were previously banned for real-world trading now have a permanent trade embargo.
headphones, baby, in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, singing to me. You're in my headphones, baby, in my headphones, baby, in my...
Every Sunday at 18, 10 lucky winners will be chosen to split 90% of the global investment pool. Invest up to 30 gold and get a share of the pot. The more people invest, the higher the bank and the greater the earning. You can take a chance and strike it rich with the Iberian Lottery. Good luck! You can only invest with one account per PC per week, so choose wisely. You'll not be able to change the account until the next raffle. As mentioned before, out of the global investment, 90% are going to be raffled every Sunday at 18. There are always 10 winners who share that pot in the following way.
Too late to turn home, we chase the night away. Come along, come along, come along, come away. Let's dance to whatever, something to remember. Come along, come along, come along, come away.
Loyalty Rewards is a system that rewards players for continuing to play 4 Players must play for 60 minutes or have at least 10 PvP wins daily to increase their streak. Every 5th streak, a player receives a cheat day, loyalty treasure, and rewards for their tier. Cheat days can be used to miss days without losing their streak. Players must register their devices to ensure their playtime and PvP kills are counted. Tier rewards range from 1 MS 3 BP 20 silver to 10 MS 30 BP 200 silver per day. Be rewarded for your loyalty. 𝗣𝘁𝗰𝗵 limits the frames per second to the refresh rate of your monitor to reduce or eliminate screen tearing, depending on your hardware configuration. If you own a 𝗤𝘁𝗰𝗵 capable video card and monitor, those features are getting appropriately addressed, and screen tearing will be eliminated. 𝗤𝘁𝗰𝗵 only works under DirectX 11. If your hardware doesn't match, it still should achieve a better result in terms of screen tearing. This feature is only on 4 adequately implemented as of now.
Doing it right, everybody will be dancing on the feeling around. Everybody will be dancing on the doing it right.
The time has come for warriors of the 2 kingdoms to fight for glory and prove their worth. Champions of Glory has arrived. Behold, the original idea of 4 first announced in 2020, is finally here. Battle against the most formidable opponents and become crowned champion of glory. No knockoffs or imitations here, only the real deal. Fight for glory and become the ultimate champion. When, where, and how can I join? The mode runs twice daily. Next to the map, swords with COG written over them appear once the register phase starts, 30 minutes before the warm-up. Clicking this button will open the team management frame, where you can invite up to 2 other players to your team. Now hit the Q button once you are ready, and once the mode starts, you receive the right to enter the mode via a portal in the Iberian Peace Zone. If you join in the warm-up phase, you receive 300 experiences for free. You can join alone, in a duo team, or as a triple team. We recommend joining as a full 3-people team. The warm-up phase is 5 minutes and can be used to position yourself. After that, the battle begins and lasts 55 minutes. Grouping, team management, hot join. You first come in touch with the team management frame in the register phase, where you can already queue in and form your team. You can invite players by name from your own nation and promote others to be the team lead, which is an important role. More about that later. This was an essential topic as to why this mode fits 4 so well, since you can join whenever you feel like over an entire hour of gameplay. It somewhat keeps the feeling of being in open PvP mode, which we, as an old school server, want to preserve. If the player you invite already was part of a team, all his historic negative points are being transferred to your team. You are being warned about that when inviting. You can promote someone on your team at any point. To do so, you can use the right-click menu or the team management frame, which you can open from the Battle UI. Inventory, equipment, items, and requirements. You have to be at least level 80 to participate. When you join, all your items are set to +20. If one of your equip slots is empty, it will be replaced with a level 34 non-PvP item without any options. Your inventory will be wiped, and all you will have is one 16-slot bag with items you loot from monsters are placed in. More about that in the monster section. When upgrading your weapon, all of your weapons are upgraded by +1, giving you a total of 4 available weapon upgrades. When upgrading your gear, a random piece is selected and upgraded by +1, giving you 24 possible upgrades. Helmet, cloak. You can trade with teammates, but only potions can be traded. Items farmed in the mode are not kept after the mode. Monster, experience, tiers, loot. All around the map are groups of monsters spawned. The monsters have markers on the world map and the mini-map and next to their name. They are categorized into 3 tiers: blue, pink, red, and the markers are colored and represent their tier. Loot is always equally shared between teammates and site. Experience, gain, and purpose and buffs. You receive 300 experience for joining in the warm-up phase and 25 experience every 30 seconds while the battle is raging. Additionally, you receive experience from monsters you kill and for player kills. You can lose experience from dying to players. If you leave your team or match, you lose all the experience you collected. Logging out is not meant only leaving the match by leaving the group. If you hot join, enter the mode while the battle is raging, you receive an average *0.75% of all collected experience to keep up with the player's rising gear. Points, battle, and ranking. You need to have the highest points to win the mode. You can collect and lose points in several ways. The top 7 players and the top 3 teams receive rewards. If you leave the mode, you will only receive the solo rewards. Your team and you can have negative points. Actions giving points: killing an enemy player, 3 points. Killing an enemy leader, 5 points. Actions removing points: dying to an enemy, -1 point. Dying to an enemy and you're the team lead, -2 points. Respawning and spawn. When you leave the battle, your historic negative points, and only them, no positive ones are saved, and when you join another team, the team loses that exact amount of points. When someone tries to invite you, he will see your historic negative points and decide if it is worth it. The ranking in the mode can be opened from the Battle UI, which, by the way, can be minimized. The ranking is constantly updated live. The first map, Ancient Dragonrod, has 30 available spawns. The team spawn is randomly selected when it gets created and cannot be changed. When you die, a modal frame pops up in which you can select your revival location, at your corpse, at a team member, at the team spawn. After 15 seconds, you revive at your selected location. We have added loot notifications in the middle of the screen which are visible for 1.5 seconds, slowly fading out, visually appealing. Up to 5 items can be shown in it. The most recent one is always on top, drawing the most attention. It is compatible with COG Loot and Autoloot. It is on by default but can be disabled in the settings. User interface, show loot notifications. collection of additional frames can now be opened from a drop-up in the hotbar below the skill bar. This becomes of additional importance with the upcoming planned additions. It serves as a place to open the farm ranking, loyalty rewards, and the Iberian Lottery. The Battle of Glory just got even more intense with the arrival of 3 new maps. Take your PvP skills to new heights as you battle it out on snowy peaks, navigate through treacherous swamps, and test your strategy on these exciting new battlefields. Spawn Protection. All maps now have spawn protections. The amount is based on the size of the map. They are dealing 1000 fixed damage per hit and can hit multiple targets simultaneously. They are hitting invisible targets as well. This considerably small feature is changing the mode by a lot, giving it a lot more dynamic ways to play. Depending on the map, those protections can be used differently in strategic ways. Battle UI. The floating battle dialogue has been reworked, now showing 6 players. A background was added to make it visually more appealing, and a button for the new ranking was added. It is now more performant and slick and shows the number of players online in each team. It now hosts the buttons and infos about the surrender system as well. Speaking of surrender system, here it is. A system to surrender has been added. The window to vote for surrender is 2.5 minutes after battle start and 1.5 minutes before the end of the battle. Once above 60% of the players vote to give up, a ticker begins. Your teammates and the enemy team see this. The mode ends if the votes above 60% stay for at least 30 seconds. The surrendering team is not receiving any rewards, and the other team is declared the winner even if they have fewer points. You can change your vote only every 5 seconds. Strike system. If a participant is not playing at least 60% 10.5 minutes of the battle time, warm-up excluded, he receives a strike. A strike is removed 14 days after receiving it. The first strike is a warning, the second is a 1-day register ban, the third is a 3-day register ban, and the fourth is a 5-day register ban. Every additional strike above 5 gives you another 7-day register ban. Ranking. We've added a new feature to the Battle of Glory floating dialogue, a ranking system. You can now see where you stand in the team and player rankings. In the Team tab, you'll find only players from your team, as well as your kills and percentage based on the entire kill count of your team. In the Player tab, you'll find all players from both teams. Players from the other team are highlighted differently, so you can quickly identify them. Other changes. PvP records of kills and deaths were removed. Also, recent battles are not shown anymore. You still receive and lose honor/BP though, and you receive points even for someone that was killed recently 3 times in a row. Worn items below +21 are set to +21 now. Prepare time changed from 5 minutes to 2.5 minutes. Battle time changed from 15 minutes to 17.5 minutes. Both the mount and companion frame were merged into a single frame. This frame is the precursor to a rework of the entire system in which you can level your companions. Mounts and companions will have some attributes and functions, but nothing that will help in PvP. The majority of all companions are going to receive several idle animations. You can now delete mounts even when the time did not run out. The prices for adding /changing effects, renaming, and deleting effects were streamlined and are the same for mounts and companions. We've cranked up the performance so high, other servers might as well be playing in slow motion. This patch reworked over 90,000 lines of code, modernizing, improving, and revising old code. This does not only improve the performance, but also will make future patches much faster to come. We're the first server where the frames per second displayed are indeed rendered, giving you much smoother gameplay. Animations will look more realistic, and you will see a significant difference on higher refresh monitors. Improved frame times, FPS by another 30 to 100%, depending on the situation and hardware.
What goes around comes back around, comes back around, comes back around. Hey. What goes around comes back.
This system, if enabled, replaces the PC verification via mail system. You can use any one-time password/token generator of your liking. We recommend using the Google Authenticator. Multiple devices can be added and named, making it friendly with shared accounts. When adding a device to the account via the website, it must be verified via mail. The first device added is automatically set to administrator and can remove/rename other devices or elevate them to the administrator of the account as well. For maximum security of your account, you are required to enter a 2FA code after every login. This system ensures the highest level of protection for your account. Preview window. You can now preview effects. They can be selected via the left and right arrows or the drop-down menu. A reset button in the left corner was added to reset to the original zoom, orientation, and effect. Priest aggression. When a priest is healing or supporting a player in an aggressive stance, he also receives the aggressive stance, making him now attackable. No more immortals, making city invasions fun. Duels. Attacking someone not your duel target ends the duel as lost for the attacker. Mercenary invites. Instead of a pop-up window, you now receive an info message when someone declines/accepts your mercenary invites. This was a nightmare for guild administrators of big guilds and is now fixed. Attachment system. All the attachment buttons next to the minimap now have their unique symbol and are stackable. First, it goes 4 up, newest 1 lowest, then it starts left row, and so on. Autoloot. Quest items and event drops are always picked up, no matter the configuration. Cash deposit. The cash cabinet size was lowered from 50 slots to 20, giving the cash cabinet extensions more meaning.
run.